Oklahoma City, your home of the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Sports Animal, a Cumulus station. Live on the Sports Animal.
All right, guys, here we go.
And Bud Light Game Time on the road.
Hey, guys, we're on.
What a difference a year makes. A year ago, Oklahoma here in the Cotton Bowl embarrassed 49-0. We have just witnessed one of the great OU Texas games of all time. Oklahoma 34, Texas 30. Myself, Al Eschbach, Jim Traber.
You know, Al, I said this to you, I think in the fourth quarter, unbelievably evenly matched two teams. That's what I saw today. I really did. And I can't wait to watch them play again in the championship game. I really believe that. I mean,
And who would have thought that game may push Oklahoma into the
absolutely
Final Four?
There's no doubt about it. I mean, they're on their way. I mean, if they don't mess something up, you know, they got a great chance now.
Any idiot that says Dylan Gabriel isn't a really good quarterback to be playing is an idiot. That last drive he put on was unbelievable.
The whole day. He didn't turn the ball over. He was
the best quarterback in the field.
He was. And by the way, Ewers played really well after the beginning of the game. He was terrible early, but then he came back, played well. But no, Gabriel was unbelievably impressive. The runs that he made, he was great. I mean, he really, really was. It's a great, great comeback to win that game the way they did. I thought there were a couple mistakes made by both coaches here and there, but, you know, you put it in the hands of your quarterback, and he did it.
OU now the same amount of victories they had all last season at 6.
Yep, that's right, 6-0, and I'm sure they'll move way up in the polls. And now it's all in their hands, right? Isn't that what we say all the time?
It's all in their hands.
All you can ask for is it to be in your hands, and it's in their hands.
And we thought coming in that, no, not one local media person picked OU.
Well, no. I mean,
and they're only 3.5-point underdog.
No, you're right, and it was a close, obviously a close line, like you said, but I mean, look, it was a great game. I mean, it really was
great game. I mean, and I thought OU would get the ball. Now Brett made the one mistake he did make. He didn't call a timeout. Let 30 seconds go down on Texas' last drive.
Yeah, and that was a bad mistake, but it didn't come back to bite him, you know. And in the first half, he did a great job of using his timeouts at the end of the first half.
And then Sarkisian let time go on OU's last drive.
That's right, Sarkisian. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know why he didn't call timeouts.
When Oklahoma took over, Matt, what was it when they took the ball at the Texas score? When did Texas score?
Minute 6, is that what it was?
I think it was a minute 12. Let me look back here.
I know it was in that area.
Minute 17.
Okay.
So you think OU that if you're OU, okay, let's drive down and try to tie the game up, get a field goal.
Yeah.
But they made that drive look so easy.
Well, I mean, it was unbelievable. I don't know what the heck Texas's defense was doing.
Why they let prevent?
Yeah, but they let just Stoops just run wide open down the middle of the field, and then the touchdown with Anderson, who, by the way, the whole game I kept saying to you, why isn't Anderson playing? Why aren't they playing Anderson? That's the only ball they threw to him all day, and he gets a touchdown. Yeah. So
Drake Stoops is another. We don't talk enough about Drake Stoops.
He's an outstanding football player.
He is just unbelievable.
Outstanding football player, and by the way, so is Dylan Gabriel. It's the truth. And I don't know what the heck they did. Texas was doing on that touchdown. They had two guys against one, and I don't know why someone wasn't over there. But a lot of times it has to do with the schemes. What did you say?
What Herb Street said was, because Anderson's the one that went in motion, and the player on, I guess it'd be the left side of Texas defense, the right side of Oklahoma's offense, he handed off the coverage. You can see, I'm sure you saw that, but I mean, he pointed to, the defensive back on the other side. He handed off the coverage, but it looked like maybe that DB didn't take that message. You see what I'm saying?
Didn't know that it was handed to him.
And then I don't know, was it Stogner? Was it somebody? He ran his route and underneath, and both guys on Texas defense took him.
Yeah.
And Anderson just when Gabriel let go of that ball, I thought he was just throwing it away because he was almost sacked, and he knew exactly where he was throwing the ball to a wide open Anderson.
Well, Jim made the call here. What we're watching was 30 seconds delayed, and I guess you were OU fans cheering.
Yeah, we could see over there.
Over there some OU fans.
Yeah, we were like I said, we were 30 seconds behind, and you could see when the Texas fans were going crazy, and then when the OU fans were going crazy. So we kind of knew a little bit ahead of time that it was a touchdown. By the way, A&M just kicked the field goal, so they're going up. They start the game 3-0 on Alabama, and an unbelievable win.
And
for
OU never trailed the game until a minute 17.
I know it. You're right. They never trailed in the game. What a great first
No,
drive.
they did. They trailed 14-10.
Okay.
Oh,
But that was their only deficit, though. I was thinking the same thing, guys. But they trailed 14-10. But then after they got down 14-10, that's when Oklahoma went on that 10-play, 75-yard drive to take the lead right back.
Yeah, and then it's amazing. It's amazing, to start the first half and to start the second half, OU drove for touchdowns. Really good stuff.
Well, they got a field goal right before the half.
Oh, that's right. No, I'm talking about to start the game. I'm talking about starting the game.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
right
before
the first half
and
to start the second half. Both times they did that.
Well, and you got to give Jeff Levy credit on that last drive.
Oh yeah,
it was
unbelievable.
And then Gabriel was just unbelievable.
And Gabriel's running ability is what made it.
He had nearly 400 total yards. Gabriel, what were his numbers?
We can look it up.
Gabriel had 285 through the air and 113 on the ground.
398.
398.
And I'll tell you the biggest number: 0
turnovers.
Again, Hughes played great, but Gabriel was better. Gabriel, as I said, Dean, Jim, I said earlier in the week, OU, I thought had the best quarterback coming into this game, and they did.
He played great. He played absolutely great. Yeah, you were started the game off like
a couple of interceptions.
Definitely, and he just looked.
And he lost the fumble.
He was flustered.
Yeah,
he was
3 turnovers.
Flustered.
Yeah, 3 turnovers. Yeah. And,
now, you can't throw those out. But other than that, he was 31 of 37 for 346.
The second half, he was really good.
And he was hounded. How about the pressure OU got on him today?
Yeah, it was good. They definitely got after it, no doubt. There were some big plays made in the game. I really thought on the defensive side. Rooney's calling. He doesn't know
I'm doing a post-game.
Could you let him know that you've been doing a post-game show for 50 years? So.
How about the start to the game, guys?
Psychotic
start.
Psychotic.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, two turnovers, a block punt for a touchdown. I mean, it was just crazy. And, of course, it was long as can be, too. So.
The trick kickoff return that was correctly, overturned. They called the penalty on it, and that was correct. But
which was a big mistake, man. You work on that play a bunch, and then you don't do it the right way. That great call. Love the call.
Right.
Just wasn't right. And they were pulling out stops.
I thought the missed field goal by Schmidt there in the fourth quarter was going to cost them big time.
I know.
Well, that and the block punt. I mean, that's one thing. That is objective one for this staff this week and the off week. Figure out what the hell is going on special teams.
Well, they don't have a real good kicker and they don't have a real good punter.
Well,
I mean, I don't know what you do. You got somebody else, I guess, that can do it. I don't know.
No, but I mean, protecting the punt. Oklahoma was the beneficiary of a running into the kicker.
Oh, I know.
Running into the punter, but that could have easily been blocked.
Yeah, and they went down and scored on that drive.
That's right. That was a big.
Yeah, that was a massive play in the game. I mean,
that's almost like another turnover.
Yeah, it was a massive play. But I'm going to tell you, how about that one punt where, I don't know, he whiffed on it almost. It went like 20 yards.
I know.
I mean, that was a big one, too.
Yep.
I think Texas went down and scored after that punt. So, yeah, you're right. The special teams. What's amazing about this game is that Texas is in it to the very end, and they're 3-0.
Minus
turnovers, -3. And OU wins the game. And they were horrible on special teams. Think about that.
Yeah.
Those are two things that usually don't happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We always talk about it, and they were just but they figured it out. Beautiful, beautiful last drive. I mean, just a beautiful last drive.
So now OU's going to be fifth in the country or so?
I would say it'd probably move up that high. Yeah, they were number 12. So
who would have thought that before the year began?
I'll tell you what, though. I hope they don't move Texas way too far.
No, they should.
Maybe down like 6 or 7.
They win over Alabama, no.
And then if they can both win out, we'll see what happens. Other teams will play each other, especially in the Pac-12, and then you got a chance to have two really, really highly ranked teams playing each other in a championship game.
Well, and what a turnaround Brent Venables made as a coach.
Really has.
I mean, last year a disaster. I mean, a total disaster. And we criticized him like he should have been criticized. Now we can praise him as he deserves the praise. He's turned around defensively. They gave up some things today, but they also made some plays. They made some big plays in that game.
I mean, they're just incredibly aggressive.
The goal line stand.
I will say this, okay? It was a great goal. No, that's fine. I don't care about the face mask.
There was a face mask.
There was, but that's fine. But listen, it was a great goal line stand, but it was one of the worst play calling by Sarkisian I've ever seen in my life. You run the ball 3 times in a row right up the middle. I mean, come on, do something different.
I agree, but at least first of all, you should be able to get 2 yards.
I know, but
2 yards. I mean,
after you see they stuff you, how about you roll him out or do something? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
How
I
about
didn't
you
like running it 3 straight times.
Yeah, how about
Maybe
you hand
do
it off to
on first
Worthy coming around or something different.
If you can't get 2 yards down there, I mean,
but OU's defensive line did
you're
a great
right,
job.
You're right. OU's defensive line did a really good job, and the Brooks kid is a star for them.
Oh my gosh, he's really good. Yeah, they got another big time running back.
And
There's
again,
no
OU's
doubt.
tailbacks are average at best.
Yeah, you're right. They're just average players. They average about 3 yards a carry.
Yeah,
I think. And then of course,
but Gabriel was.
They did rush for more yards. OU rushed for more yards in the game. But of course, it was because of Gabriel.
Gabriel sees that field so well.
Yeah.
He saw it couldn't, and then he took off a couple times.
He's shifty. He's shifty.
Yeah.
Not great
And he
speed,
runs
but shifty.
hard.
He
That
does.
one that,
Oh, yeah.
Had to get the first down. He's fearless.
That 3rd and like 12,
Yeah.
and he runs for 14. So, yeah, he's a good football player. And I got to tell you, it'll be a big upset if they lose a game.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I don't know.
But you know how hard it's going to
It
be.
is. It is. There's no doubt.
But
It is.
This team is it's really good. I mean, they're tough. They make plays when they had to. You know, they let Texas go down on another show. At least they held them to a field goal.
Yeah. No, you're right. They
because if Texas gets another first down and kicks a field goal, the game's over.
You're right. Exactly right. No. Yeah, it was. They did exactly what they had to do to win, and it didn't look like they were going to win. And they ended up pulling it out. So, great win. I mean, look, I'll say it again. These are 2 evenly matched teams.
Yep.
They really are. Texas is good, and OU is good. And these 2 teams can I think both of them can compete with just about anybody in the country.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
Yeah, it's by the way, Alabama just kicked the field goal. It's 3-3.
3-3
going on there in Tuscaloosa. I mean, and just out College Station. Yeah, so now Oklahoma gets a week off, and I hope Brent lets them party tonight because they deserve it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. By the way, the touchdown run by Brooks is the first rushing touchdown that OU's given up this year.
That's unbelievable.
Did you know that, Matt Meyer?
Say that again.
The touchdown by Brooks today, the rushing touchdown. First
Wow.
rushing touchdown this year.
Wow.
That's crazy.
In 6 games.
Yeah. I mean, that
After what we've seen the last few years.
You talk about
on defense.
a turnaround. I mean, what an unbelievable turnaround.
49-0 a year ago, and I don't think last year at this time we were talking on our post-game show. I don't think we knew what was going to happen the rest of last season, and obviously what was going to happen through the first 6 games of the season. Remember, the number in Vegas was 9.5 before the season wins, and
yeah,
and we go.
Looks like they should blow by that.
It's a disaster.
I agree.
It would be a
agree.
disaster if they lose 3 of the last 6 games.
But we don't know with injuries and all that other stuff. But yeah, if they stay healthy, they should.
I don't care if they don't stay healthy. If they, I mean,
though, at the last Bedlam will be tough. The BYU game will be
and
tough.
your double-digit favorites are all of them.
I
They're
know.
tough. Yeah, there'll be a game, and so
I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying it will not be. It will not be real easy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You got to keep on playing.
Yeah, you got to keep on playing because you're going to be a lot better than everybody going to play.
You're right, Matty. You got some stats for us, big boy?
Yeah, Gabriel, 23 of 38 for 285 and a touchdown pass. That last one to Anderson. Gabriel was also the team's leading rusher, 14 carries, 113 yards and a touchdown. Tawi Walker, 15 carries for 46 yards and 2 scores. I know it wasn't a lot, guys, and I know it was only 3 yards a carry, but, boy, he's tough to tackle.
Yeah, he's tough.
I'll say that. Now, look, we know they need better at running back, but
listen, he's tough. He is a tough kid, and I give it up to him. But when you hand it off to him, he's not breaking anything.
I agree.
A guy like Brooks.
I agree.
A guy like Brooks.
That's right.
You're
Brooks,
exactly
that
right.
kid is good now.
Or like Robinson last year for Texas.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Do you like Brooks? Do you like Brooks, Matty?
Well, absolutely I do. All I'm saying is Walker's a tough kid.
I'm not saying it.
No, he is.
Listen, I think it's so cool to be a walk-on and playing that much at running back for the University of Oklahoma. Yeah. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. But they need better running backs.
They need better. No, I agree.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah. Marcus Major, what?
Major 9 for 27. Farouk had 3 carries for 13 yards, and Stoops officially 1 carry for 3. Jaleel Farouk had 5 catches for 130 yards. He was fantastic.
Boy, he's a good receiver.
Averaged 26 yards. Yeah, he's pretty good. And it's almost like he's kind of forgotten with some of the new guys like Anthony and Anderson.
Yeah, we don't talk about Farouk enough. Yeah,
definitely. We don't
he just
talk
keeps
about
making plays. Yeah. Stoops 4 catches for 55 yards. Andrel Anthony 5 for 42. Stogner had 3 catches for 24 yards. Walker had 2 catches for 14. Gavin Freeman had 1 catch for 9. Major caught 2 passes for 8 yards, and Anderson had 1 catch for 3 yards, but I'd say it was a rather big one. That touchdown there at the end.
What's he got? Like 10 catches and has 7 touchdowns or something? I mean, it's unbelievable. This guy's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
Coming into today, he had 10 catches for 5. So he's got 11 catches and 6 touchdowns.
That's just beautiful, man. And I'm telling you, if you're sitting, by the way, everyone would love to sit to watch the game with me and Al because it would be fun. You'd like it. But I kept going to Al, why aren't they playing Anderson? I don't understand it. Why? Right, Al kept going, where's Anderson?
Absolutely. I mean,
then sure enough, he catches the ball that wins it. But you know what, Farouk, I'm not ripping on any of the other wide receivers. They were really good today. They really were. Yeah, really good.
Quinn Ewers, 31 of 37 for 346. He had a touchdown and 2 interceptions, and, of course, had the fumble as well. Jonathan Brooks for Texas, 22 carries, 129 yards, and a touchdown. C.J. Baxter, 7 for 18. Jordan Whittington had 2 carries for 16 yards. Whittington had 10 catches officially for 115. Xavier Worthy, 8 catches for 108. Boy, that tight end's a nice player. He's not Brock Bowers, but he's a good player. Gunnar Helm, 4 for 67. Brooks also had 5 catches for 34 yards. Adonai Mitchell, 3 for 33. Jatavian Sanders, 1 for 13. They kind of missed him whenever he left the game. Team-wise, Oklahoma had 28 first downs. Texas had 25. Both teams were 5 of 14 on third down. Texas was 3 of 4 on fourth down. Oklahoma 0 of 1 on fourth. Total yardage in favor of Texas, 527 to 486. We gave the passing numbers. Oklahoma, boy, if you told me this, I'd say you're crazy, but it happened. 43 carries, 201 yards. Oklahoma got over 200 yards, right? And a lot of that from Gabriel.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the rest of the squad
did nothing.
The rest of the squad had 188 or something. I mean, 88 yards.
Yeah, not much.
Listen, and that's what we said before the game.
Manufacturer.
That's exactly right. We said that. I love that they ran a quarterback draw. Al said before the game they need to run a quarterback draw. They did it. This was a brilliant game plan by Jeff Lebby because I think they ran it a little bit too much at times. Yes, but I think he was trying to slow it. He didn't want this thing to go crazy. And but I'll tell you what, man, it's got to be a good feeling when you've got Gabriel as your quarterback. When you're the offensive coordinator, you know he's not going to do anything stupid. You know what I'm saying, Al?
And I'll also say this, and I'm 100% with Al. Anybody that wants to talk nonsense on Gabriel,
they're idiots.
Take it somewhere else. But I will say this. When you've got a talented backup, you feel like you can afford to run the ball with Gabriel. If they had the situation they had last year where they didn't have a backup, I don't know if you can afford to do that.
No, that's not a bad point. You're right. You're exactly right.
But a lot of times Gabriel did it on his own too.
That's
so tough, man.
You're right. You're right about that, Al. You're right.
That third and I don't know what happened here to get not okay. I think my microphone is
You're fine.
No, it's my headphones. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
You guys, I don't know. My headphones are kind of going. There's like a short or something. Okay, I kicked it. So
good.
I kicked it good. It went off. I kicked it good. So give me credit. Anyway,
you're right. Gabriel did a lot of that on your own. That's a good point.
No, that third and 11 or so that he gained like 13 yards. That was a huge because I think wasn't that Texas had just scored and that would have been a 3 and out.
Yep.
And give it right back to him. Gabriel played an unbelievable football game.
How about the play? And I can't remember if it led to I can't remember what happened after, but how about the play where on the bad snap, he goes back and gets the ball.
We talked about that.
We
talked about that.
Oh, my God.
What a great – and that's when they got the roughing the punter.
Yes.
And if it would have been a 5 yards, if
exactly.
it would have been a 5-yard penalty, then they would have had to punt again, but it was a first down because he made that great play.
Yeah.
Right, because that kept it at 4th and 3.
And then they went and scored.
Then they went and scored.
And by the way,
that.
Al said a lot of quarterbacks would have just dropped on that ball to be careful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that was a great play.
And there were mistakes in the first half. Walker dropping that touchdown pass right before half.
Right.
Yep.
It's interesting. But before before kickoff, we were playing some audio from Venables, and one of the things he was asked about on Tuesday in his press conference was quarterbacks playing with poise. And that play there that we just talked about, him going back, getting the ball, and at least getting rid of it, you want to talk about poise.
Big
and that
time.
had nothing to do with completing a pass or anything.
No,
you know?
it was big time. No,
Just to finish up the numbers, Texas 9 penalties, 70 yards. Texas had 3 turnovers. Time of possession in favor of Texas by 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yeah. Well, unbelievable game. And I'll tell you right now, the numbers that you just read for Dylan Gabriel are numbers that Kyler Murray would put up. Seriously, 110 yards rushing, right?
And,
throwing the ball.
Thing that we just talked about, like getting on that bad snap, throwing the ball out of bounds.
Exactly.
The little things.
How many times do I have to say it, Al? He's a football player. That's what he is. Yeah. He's a football player. My gosh, I mean, he just.
You know, it reminds me of a little bit. He reminds me of a left-handed quarterback that played here in
Josh Heupel. Josh Heupel.
You know, Coach Dylan Gabriel.
Josh Heupel.
Josh Heupel, Coach Dylan Gabriel.
You're right. No, you're right.
So,
you're exactly right.
Yeah.
This is a big win. Let me tell you. You know what I was thinking about as you and I were walking over here? And at the time, we thought, boy, you might lose. Right now, doesn't Brent Venables have to be in the running for National Coach of the Year?
How could he not be?
I mean, think about that.
Not be?
I mean, a lot of people after the first year were like, I don't know if this guy can do this job. And by the way, we were questioning it too.
Sure we were.
I don't know if Brent will admit it, but it seems to me like he did some off-season soul-searching for some of the things, Al. Because those times now, he did make a big mistake today, and it didn't get him at the end of the game, let that time run off. But I'm telling you, the first half.
He called 3 timeouts.
Skinny texted me and said, I wonder if he'd have done that last year.
You're talking about the timeouts at the end of the half?
At the end of the first half.
I thought the exact same thing. And I know it's elementary for head coaches. I know that any head coach that knows what they're doing would do that. But those are the kinds of things that we didn't see last year.
No, he had a hard time last year. He did. It's just truthful. And when he came on with Al and me in the offseason, he admitted it.
Yeah.
He basically said it. I mean, he didn't say I'm an idiot, but he said, I did some things I need to get better at. What were you going to say, Al? Go ahead. Yeah, but what were you going to say?
Yeah,
I want to hear what you have to say. I like listening to you. Go ahead.
What Brent, I'll never forget, we had Brent on in February, or it might have been March, whatever, and we talked about it, and Brent owned up to the mistakes last year.
That's right.
And he said, I got to be better. Time management was one of them. He talked about that, and we both said we like that when you know you're doing something wrong and you know at the correct.
And the other thing I'm going to say, and I said it on the pregame, I'm going to say it again. He's never ripped the staff before him. It's obvious he was not left with great players, Al. I mean, let's face the facts. There's some of them, but the point was people left in the portal. He lost both quarterbacks, and it wasn't the players that he wanted on defense.
And let me tell you something. He recruited great from a 6-7 season, and he's been recruiting this game. There are a couple of really good players go left out that they're in on. This is going to help them immensely.
Yeah. Well, this is a phenomenal win and just a great game.
And like a heartbreaking loss for Texas. And I mean heartbreaking.
It is.
Matt,
it is.
Can you remember? I can't. Help me. Not the overtime game when OU beat Texas in the last minute of play.
2 years ago.
Remind me how that game ended.
Kennedy Brooks ran it in with 2 seconds left.
Okay. What am I, an idiot? Yeah, I am an idiot.
I'm with you. I didn't remember that either.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, listen, Texas has nothing to hold their hat. Yeah, it's a tough loss, and I'm sure Texas fans are going to be upset and, drown their sorrows, blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you now, Texas, they'll be coming in Arlington. They'll be coming in Arlington,
no doubt.
And I can't wait because these two teams are very evenly matched, and it's going to just be – I can't wait.
Great game.
I hope. Look, I don't cheer for anybody, and OSU fans, if you listen, you'll be mad that I'm getting ready to say this, but I hope they both run the table and we see a 11-1 against 12-0. That would be big time.
For a place in the Final Four.
That's right. Exactly. That's exactly right. So just a great win for Oklahoma.
Sooner Magic. That's Barry Switzer create that, and there was Sooner Magic today.
Yes, there was. There definitely was. Football feedback, Bud Light Game Time, live in the Trade Pros Heat and Air Sports Animal Mobile Studios from the State Fair of Texas. We're just here at Gate 5. We're going to be here for close to 2 hours, taking your phone calls, and we'll obviously maybe get some text messages as well. I can't remember the final score, but what was it?
34-30.
Thank you. I knew it was somewhere in that neighborhood.
Went
I couldn't
over.
remember.
The total went over.
It definitely on that last touchdown.
My God, people! Wow.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And Vegas lost a lot of money on this game. I mean, a lot of money.
Everybody betting OU.
Oh my gosh,
that line was crashing down, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a winner for a lot of people. We'll be back. We can't wait to talk to you right here on the leader, and I mean huge leader in sports, The Animal.
Sponsored by Eskridge Honda. Going the Eskridge mile for you. Eskridge Honda on I-240 or...
Okay, who went the Eskridge mile?
You're
on?
And we're back. Let's back. Jim Traber, Oklahoma 34, Texas 30 in the thrower. Here in the Cotton Bowl, who went the Eskridge mile? Dylan Gabriel went the extra 5 miles today.
Yeah,
okay?
whatever the thing is, we're giving it to Dylan Gabriel. Okay, how about that?
Every award today is going to Dylan Gabriel.
Every award, because that was a big-time football game. It really, really was. By the way, I just got a text from our man, J.R. Holmesy, one of our great sponsors. He said, I've never been happier after an OU football game. So there you go.
Well, and I asked the question, I've asked when they were behind, when's the last time they beat Texas?
Yeah, and now if that was what you said, then I missed that.
Don't worry about it.
The game in 21, the game against Texas, it was tied 48 apiece. As far as Oklahoma on their last drive coming from behind to beat Texas.
Not in overtime.
Not counting overtime, which that would eliminate 2020 and 1996. Well, I'm trying to remember, Al.
I can't think of one, and I've been at a lot of these games. Matt, they usually lose games.
Well, I was going to say, you've told me for years that Texas will kick a field goal to win it, but OU doesn't.
Yeah, and OU doesn't.
At the end of the game.
I told that today.
Yeah, so, well, yeah, and then, that's right. Texas did it again today.
Yeah.
Except too much time left on.
1:17 left.
Yeah. And we thought, I don't know about you, Matt, but Al and I were like, when he didn't call that timeout for about 30 seconds, we were like, oh, no. He just messed this thing up, you know? And I said to Al, well, he's going to get obliterated on the postgame show. But they went down and scored. So it didn't I thought we were going to go to overtime. I didn't know that they were just going to go boom, boom, boom. They were on the 6-yard line in like 5 seconds. I mean, that was crazy.
A minute and 2 was that drive? A minute and 2? Was that what it was, Matt?
Right around
117 and there's 15 left.
Yeah, 1 minute 2 they scored.
Yeah.
Well, and no timeouts.
That's even more amazing. You're right.
That's right. No timeouts.
They did it with no timeouts.
5 plays, 75 yards in a minute 2. And yes, the penalty helped, but still.
Yeah. Well, it was, just a classic football game. And I hope the national people saw this and
great game. Great.
We should call this conference the Big 2 this year. That's what it is. It's the Big 2. It ain't the Big 12. It's the Big 2.
Well,
and there's 14 teams anyway, so how can it be the Big 12?
A classic game, a classic rivalry, the biggest game of the day. You can't have more than that.
This is as good as it gets. And I'm telling you something. I can't wait to go. It's not the easiest deal to go down to Arlington and blah blah blah. But I'm telling you what, I can't wait. I'll be down there. We're going to go to that Twisted Oak, I'm sure, and do our shows. And I just cannot wait for that game. That's going to be fun.
Look at the big game this year. Notre Dame, Ohio State.
Great game.
Duke, Notre Dame.
Great game. Florida State, LSU.
Great.
That was another one. Yeah. Oh, we've had some unbelievable games this year. You're right. And I got to tell you, I don't know if it's parity or at the top or what, but this is a really, these two teams, I'll say it again, if people are sick and tired of it, they're evenly matched. Yeah. That's what this is. Those two teams, if they played 10 times, it might be 6-4.
And what OU right now, fans should be thinking what their goal is, Final Four. That's a goal halfway through the season.
Absolutely.
Final Four.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
Let's get to the phones. You're on WLS the Sports Animal. Talk to us, please.
Is this me?
Yeah, it's you.
Hey, I'm calling from Missoula, Montana. Boomer Sooner, baby, let's go!
I feel sorry
very
for
nice.
Missoula, Montana. How would you live in Missoula, Montana?
Missoula, Montana. Probably very, very chilly.
Beautiful there.
You know what? I just want to give it up that our first call wasn't Dude Summit calling in going, why didn't they play Jackson Arnold?
Last week we had that call, remember?
Of course I remember.
Call.
That's right. That's right.
Jackson Arnold against
Jackson Arnold, yeah.
Hey, you guys were asking which lineman was it that got hurt? Was it Matwire?
But yeah, what
We
number
don't
does
know.
he wear? We don't know.
That's what
I
we
think
asked.
I think it may have been him.
Was it Matuire? You guys know? Was it Matuire? Is it Matuire that got hurt? Yeah, because I think he might be done for the year.
Okay.
That was a tough one there.
Starting guard. I tell you, Caden Green came in and played a bunch today.
They did.
Freshman
Definitely
from Kansas City.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Texas, they got some studs. That Sweat kid, he is unbelievable.
Oh, he's big.
360 pounds and quick. Did you see him get off the ball?
Yes.
My goodness, that dude, man, he's going to play somewhere really good in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's a stud. And they didn't do a bad job. They can't run the ball. It's hard. I don't know the answers why they don't run the ball, but the pass blocking for the most part was really
pretty
good.
good. I agree.
And Dylan Gabriel's so good in the pocket. His footwork has gotten better and better and better. He really is.
Yeah, he's not overthrowing those people like you were talking about.
That's exactly right. Yeah. They threw one deep ball, and it was a little bit underthrown to the outside, and a great adjustment by Farouk.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, what can the defensive back do? He can't do anything.
No, not at all.
He's going to try to find the ball, and it's
not-
over here.
yeah.
So just really, really good stuff. Really good stuff.
Back to the phone. You're on WS Sports Animal. Talk to us, please. Go ahead. You're on the animal.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, put me in the J.R. Holmesy camp. I'm in my mid-60s,
Okay.
and I don't know if I've ever felt as happy right now as I am.
Well,
as an OU fan.
I think that's a great statement by both you and JR because here's the deal, Al. OU's won much bigger games than this in those 60 years that these guys have been on the planet. But the way last year went, being an underdog, being behind, getting behind late, coming back, I feel
Like
it.
I said, I don't remember an OU game where were they behind Texas and they beaten Westman. I don't remember.
Well,
So
great
I'm sure,
stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's a storybook ending. On the other side, you're a Texas fan. You got to be as sick as can be.
Yeah.
You think your game is won, man?
The interesting thing about it is if I'm a Texas fan, I'm saying to myself, there's still a chance.
Yeah.
Still
no
a
doubt
chance.
about it. Absolutely.
And you know what? I don't know if there's a better game for OU to have a week off.
yes.
I mean, let me tell you something. If they were playing next Saturday,
And
I
at
bet
home too.
yeah, and I bet a bunch of money that they'd be down
Yeah.
because this would be a tough game to come back. They are going to have a great week of really enjoying this win. Really good.
Yeah. Let's get back to the phones. You're on the animal. Go ahead.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's
Good.
up?
How you doing?
Hey, great. I just read on Twitter somebody says if Texas wants a chance to win the next game, they're going to have to focus on shutting down Gabriel's running game. But don't you think if they do that, then it just opens up the pass game?
You can't. It's impossible to, unless you want to put a daggone spy on him, and you don't spy a guy like Dylan Gabriel. There was only a couple of called plays. Most of it was just him. The 44-yard run was all him.
Yeah.
The second and the third and 11 that we talked
All
about.
him.
It's all him. It's all him. He makes a move, he gets out, and he goes. And I'm telling you, like you said earlier, Al, he's got some maneuverability.
Yeah.
He really does.
He's not fast, but he's quick.
Yep, that's right. And smart.
Yeah. Real.
He
smart.
is a smart.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'd love to hear True Serum, what the coaches that have coached him say about his brain. Because
Yeah.
I think he knows the offense like the back of his hand, and I think he knows when to go and when not to go, and that's important
Did
stuff.
you know what Einstein said in 1931?
I don't know what. And should I say nothing?
Most Hawaiians are really smart. That was a theory of his.
Hawaiians?
He had many other theories, but
What did you just say?
that many Hawaiians are very smart.
Hawaiians?
Hawaiians.
What are you
Dylan
talking
Gabriel's
about?
Hawaii from Hawaii.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm
You got
sorry.
it?
Yeah, I got it now.
Okay.
I did not know that Albert Einstein said that. Though.
Yes, he did.
I wasn't around in 1931.
What do we got? A&M have a pick here?
He did.
They
I think it was a big punt return.
Okay.
But I think there's a penalty going to bring it back. Well, I will tell you this: we're watching. We got the 4 screens going, and the Drake May kid from North Carolina is playing. I'm telling you, Matt Meyer. Have you watched him play at all?
He can play. No, he can.
He
really
is
play.
so good, man. Yeah, go ahead. Al.
Also make a statement. OU is ready for the SEC. Okay? They are ready for the SEC.
They got to keep getting these guys like they just got in this last class, right? The one that they're doing right now.
Right now, they're ready to play.
Yeah. I think
Brent's going to keep recruiting. There's no doubt. Brent Venables will be one of the best recruiters in the country.
You know what I was thinking? If I'm a scout and I'm watching this game today, I'm telling my people, draft Dylan Gabriel in the 5th or 6th round. Take a chance. Put him on your squad. I don't think he'll ever start a game in the NFL.
But he'd be a good backup.
Oh, my gosh. Don't you want him in the room with the other quarterbacks when they're talking about breaking stuff down? I'll bet you Dylan Gabriel, I don't know what he's going to be, but I bet you he could be a coach down the road. Seems like that kind of guy, like Heupel, like you brought up. By the way, touchdown A&M, that's tied up 10-10.
Let me ask you this, and people are going to go, the stupidest thing ever said. If you're Brent Venables, you want Dylan Gabriel to be a quarterback next year? I would.
Boy, that is really interesting. That is really interesting.
Would you?
I don't know, Al. I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, listen.
Are they going to be better quarterback next year?
I don't know. They'll be more talented, but will they be better? I don't think so.
Well, that's what I just said. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. What do you do? Well,
I would think Gabriel go for the draft. I think it's time would be to move on. I don't think he'd want to.
He's played 5 years.
I think.
By the way, that touchdown he threw at the end, that's his only touchdown pass of the day. Did you know that?
Wow.
It wasn't one of them days where he has 4 touchdowns or anything like that.
He's gonna move up pretty quickly into the top 10 all time of passing yards NCAA
and touchdowns. He's up there. He's up there too. Somebody just texted me and said, "Is Gabriel as good as Stetson Bennett?"
Wow, that's a really good. Now Bennett's bigger than him, right?
Yeah, he's bigger. Yep, definitely bigger.
That's a great comparison.
I don't know who's better, but I will tell you that it's a great comparison.
Yeah, it's a great comparison.
And I'll tell you what, if now that OU has a defense, well, it just makes him even better, like Georgia did with Stetson Bennett.
Well, although I will put and break, they gave up over 500 yards today.
What'd you say?
Oh, you gave up over 500 yards today.
Texas is good,
I know, but still, that is not.
No. They don't have a great defense. They're just getting better.
They're getting better. You get the cats in next year, David Stone, Nigel Smith, the Atabari kid's going to be a good player.
I'm going to tell you right now, Texas, let's think about this. Let's think about it real quick. Both wide receivers are going to play in the NFL. That running back is definitely playing in the NFL. The quarterback's going to play in the NFL. And at least two offensive linemen and the tight end. That's 7 guys off that offense that have a chance to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, defense is going to have a hard time against them.
No, I agree. And
they're really talented.
And they made the plays when they had to make the plays today. The goal line stand, as Matt brought up, was a great. I mean,
no doubt.
No doubt. Unbelievable.
Very impressive. Yep. Very nice. Ready? All right, why don't we take a break? Football feedback, Bud Light Game Time, live here in the Trade Pros Heat and Air Sports Animal Studios here at the State Fair of Texas. By the way, I want to thank Chapel Supply. We had a little bit of a problem with our generator earlier, and they took great care of us. We love them as one of our wonderful sponsors, and we love all our wonderful sponsors, including Eskridge Lexus. By the way, I just got a text from our man Tyler Adams. He said something really interesting. Last night, OSU avenged the 48-0 loss. Today, OU avenged the 49-0 loss.
That is a great.
How about that?
That is big time.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And just about every one of us picked the other two teams.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Really nice. We'll be back. A lot more phone calls, some texts. We're having a great time. 34-30. Great win for a great game. Stay with us. This is the home of the Oklahoma City Thunder, the sports animal.
T Cigars, the Come Up Foundation, and Barnett Electrical Heating and Air. Who engineered the winning drive? Sponsored by Medco, the
I
best
watched the
source
one the
for
other day with the
geotechnical
woman in
engineering
the
and construction
wheelchair that they
materials
let
testing
go
in
and she went down the
Oklahoma.
thing.
Who engineered the winning drive on WWL?
Engineered the winning drive. Tough choice. You guys are on?
And we're back. Traber, Oklahoma 34, Texas 30 in a thriller in Dallas. Who engineered the winning drive? That's a tough one, Jim. Can you come up with somebody?
Yeah, I told you already. Every award we're giving away today is Dylan Gabriel. Whatever it is, I don't care. The guy was unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a great game. And what's amazing about it is that all the OU fans, you have seen these quarterbacks just one after another that are just unbelievably talented and can do so many things. And this kid, he is a football player. That's what he is.
Like I said, other than the overtime games, I don't remember Oakland behind in the final minute a quarterback engineering a 75-yard drive.
I wonder if there is one.
I can't remember one, and so maybe somebody can text.
Maybe Barry Trammell would know. I don't know. I mean, some of these historians and stuff.
I've been in all these games. I don't remember one. And we know we look back under Bob Soup's era.
No. Maybe there's one way back or something that we don't know about.
Oh yeah, I'm sure way back. So I don't know. Anyway,
one thing I got a message from a guy that said that he loves Dylan and stuff. But the one thing will hurt him a little bit. NFL is his size. You saw that time we got a couple balls knocked down. Right. But he's so good at finding places on where to throw and things. So. I don't know, man.
There are small quarterbacks in the league now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not like he's 5'8" or anything. No. I mean, he's probably right at 6 foot, maybe a little bit tick underneath. So I think, look, I'll say it again. I don't think he'll probably ever start a game in the NFL unless there's injuries or something. But I would take the kid and put him on my team because I think he would be incredible in the quarterback room with his mind and everything that he does.
Heupel.
You're right.
Heupel got drafted.
Yeah, you're right. He did get drafted. Yeah.
And I think this kid's been more talented than Josh.
Oh, there's no doubt he's more talented than Josh Heupel. Yeah. Got a stronger arm than Josh Heupel. Now, Josh Heupel, if you remember when his arm got hurt, he could barely throw the ball and still won a national championship.
That's right.
So very impressive.
They had a pretty good defense then.
Yeah, can you imagine a national championship game nowadays? 13-2 was the final, wasn't it? Was it 13-2?
Was it 12-2?
Or 12-2? Yeah. Matt, what was it? 13? 13-2?
13-2.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Imagine you have 15 points scored in a national championship game.
How about an offense not scoring a point? How crazy is that?
And that Florida State
an offense with the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
That's right. That's exactly
even
right.
Even more
yeah.
unlikely, huh?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah.
Let's get to the phones. You're on WLS the Sports Animal. Go ahead. Craig, I got to say, Craig Hump Womack disabled for kids. No, Craig, I'm talking about OU Texas. See if you can think, Craig, in the last minute, OU from behind,
come from behind
game to win, not an overtime game against Texas.
Yeah. So in regulation, OU's behind and they come to win like they did today
in the last minute against Texas.
Yeah, there you go. So good. Go back to the call.
Yeah, go ahead. You're on the animal. Go ahead. Hello?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Wow.
Back to the phones.
No, wait a minute now. What? What is it? What? Yeah, well, tell him. What is that person?
Hello? Go ahead.
No, Al.
What?
What are they?
What are they? What?
Like, who are they? Who are they like? They're like,
oh, you're like Benjamin Franklin in history.
Thank you very much. I don't know why you won't do my favorite.
Who's your favorite?
What's her name?
What's her name?
You know, the one that I can't remember the name now.
How do you have a favorite and you don't remember her name?
Well, I got her head cut off.
Marie Antoinette.
Yeah.
Next one.
You haven't done Marie Antoinette in a long time.
I like her with a head on.
Listen.
Right, okay?
Yeah. Well, you could say she's history, but she had her head and then they cut her head off.
Yeah.
And remember, people told us that you can blink your eyes after you get your head cut off.
Guillotine.
Now that is really cool.
That is.
And my bartender boy here, I didn't even see you. What's up, brother? Good, man. You want to get some big time drinks, man? Go to Charleston's up there on Memorial. He'll take care of you.
Good restaurant, my man.
Great food.
Hal Smith.
He gets sick of me when we come, but it's all right, man. Everybody gets tired of me. Go ahead, Al.
Okay, you're on WS Sports Animal. Go ahead. Talk to us, please.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Very excited. I went to the game last weekend. I didn't get a selfie with y'all, but I did get a after game picture of you guys. And today's game was amazing.
Yeah, it was. Well, listen, next time, if you come to another OU game, let it be known. We'll get a selfie. We'd love to get a picture with you.
Well, it was late. And I'm from Lawton.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I didn't get home till like 1:30 on Sunday morning. So
yeah, well,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you down there in Lawton very much.
Yeah. Thank you. See ya.
Great game.
Do you
Amazing
really
game.
brag when you're from Lawton?
Sure, she can do that. Yeah, she's proud of where she's from.
Okay. And no,
you want to brag?
She didn't say she's proud that she's from Lawton.
Well, listen
she
to
never
me.
said that. She said she's from Lawton.
Should anybody be proud that they're from Jersey City?
Yeah.
If you made it out of Jersey City.
What'd you say?
If you made it out of Jersey City.
Okay, that's exactly right.
He got out.
I'm
You're
proud
exactly
I'm
right.
out. He got out of there. Okay.
Sure. We had a couple of people earlier today that were from Jersey City. They were total idiots walking around over there. Some of Al's homeboys.
Back to the phone. You're on the animal. Go ahead.
Hello, guys.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's on your mind?
Hey, you think Sarkisian there at the end, to me, played it really conservative. He ran for the, and then knew that OU was going to be out of timeout.
Yeah, it was
stupid.
I mean, what you're saying is that he played for a field goal at the end of that game, thinking that I guess that OU couldn't go down to score. And then
call a timeout.
And then Brent Venables took more time off the clock, made a mistake. And then when OU is down there on like the 6-yard line, if I'm him, I'm calling my timeouts there.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, he could have had about maybe 30 seconds instead of 15. You never know. By the way, they had a chance at the end. I mean, they threw it right in the end zone right there.
You did right, yeah.
They had a chance. What a great game, man. Golly, what a great game. I can't wait for the championship game.
Jim Neighbor said golly a lot.
No, he went golly. Right?
Do it one more time.
Golly.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
He's from Columbus, Maryland, okay?
Oh, Columbia, Maryland.
Columbia, Maryland.
I was born in Columbus, Ohio, but I'm from Columbia, Maryland. So.
Let's get back to the phone. You're up on the animal. Go ahead.
Is it me?
Yes.
What's up?
So as far as the Heisman race goes, obviously Caleb Williams is the front runner to win the Heisman again. But after this game, you think Gabriel maybe slides in the third spot, maybe even second spot in the race? What do you guys think?
I mean, I think my guess is that he's behind. He's behind Caleb Williams and probably Penix.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But I'll tell you what,
might be up. Yeah,
he could very well be third.
Yeah, he could
very well be third. Yeah, no, it's he could go to New York
in a game like this. That
everybody watched.
Well, with a drive like that at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to get corny, but that's like a Heisman.
The runs that he made, that 3rd and 11 play
Yeah.
that he made, that was unbelievable. That was just a great play. I mean, if they don't get the first down there and punt it away, OU's in some trouble at that point because all the momentum was with Texas, and then he gets that first down. That's a big play.
Missed field goal. I mean, that just
the missed field goal is just devastating. There's not a lot of negatives out of this game, but I'll tell you what, you better get a kicker and a punter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're just not very good.
No.
I mean, they're not very good at kicking and punting, and that could really hurt you. It didn't hurt them today. So you think about, we talked about if you're just joining us, think about this. They had a block punt for a touchdown. They missed a field goal. They had one of the most ridiculous punts I've ever seen. It looked like he punted the ball with his knee. I don't know what happened. It went 20 yards. And they still win the game against a really good team.
Yes.
But
that's because a really good team turned it over 3 times.
3 times. You're right. And by the way, what if Texas would have won and had 3 turnovers to 0? That doesn't happen very often either.
No, it doesn't happen at all.
I'm telling you, these 2 teams, man, I could watch them play 10 times. I really could.
It was like a heavyweight fight.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, and I'll tell you what now, it won't be perfect in Arlington, orange and red, but it will be big for both teams.
Yeah.
It will be unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Let's get back to the phone. You're on the animal. Go ahead.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, yeah, I just would love to make 3 quick points, and I'll hang up and listen. First, the officiating crew, super consistent. You love to see that in this kind of game, even though you saw
holds, different calls on both sides. They were really consistent at either calling or not calling on both sides.
Solid
so I think
point.
That's awesome to see. The goal line stand for me, next best series I've ever seen in an OU Texas game, next to the Superman, series. And then, Al, I think that on the goal line stand, I do want to say that I know we're growing the defense, but I think it's awesome to see the direction that Venables has taken the defense, and I think that speaks volumes for where he's going with the defense. And then, Al, I think, did you not predict that Farouk would have a great game? Was it this game or the last game? I felt like that you said something about Farouk having a great game. So anyway, Boomer Sooner, let's go.
Let me tell y'all something out there.
Okay, now that's got to be another Jersey City guy.
Whoever has a great game, Al predicted before the game they would. Okay?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
When you've been doing it for 47
I'm
years,
a fortune teller.
You knock it out every time. Every time. It's amazing.
I'm proud of myself.
It's hard to sit next to you sometimes. It really is. It really is. It's hard to sit next to you.
You going to break?
No, but I appreciate you letting me sit next to me. Thank you so
much. There's a lot of greatness that you can receive by osmosis.
It never comes, though, for some reason. Matt, I don't know what to tell you. I never get any of it. Football feedback, Bud Light Game Time live in the Trade Pros Heat and Air Sports Animal Mobile Studios. And it's all powered by Chapel Supply, one of our great sponsors. We had a problem with our generator up there in Marietta at the Bevo Bash, and they helped us get a generator, and they've helped us all weekend. Great people. What were we going to say?
A&M beating Alabama. Could you imagine Alabama could be eliminated from getting in the playoffs midway through the year?
Well, if they lose this game, I think they're
gone.
That also does not help Texas either if Alabama was to lose.
No, that's a great point. Great point, Matt. That's a great point.
10-2 Alabama, if they were to go ahead and run the table, that'd still be a good,
But if they lost
team.
4 games, it's not as great.
Yeah. No, you guys are right on the money. No doubt. I'm telling you who's good, Al. Florida State.
Yeah, they are.
And Virginia Tech stinks, so I'm not but they're good, man. Yeah. They got players, man. They really are.
He's done a great job there.
He's done a real good job.
He really has. I didn't think he would do this good.
He's pretty good at Memphis.
He was. But stepping from Memphis to Florida State's a little different.
Fuentes was at Memphis. He went to Virginia Tech.
Did not get it done. You're right. All right, Oklahoma, huge win, 34-30. We'll be back with more calls and texts on the leader in sports, The Animal.
Away from Tulsa, playing at Florida Atlantic. Big 12 right now. Kansas leads Central Florida 17-0 in the second quarter. 2 games at 7 o'clock. Texas Tech is at Baylor, and TCU plays at Iowa State. Top 25, early third. Number 13, Washington State leads UCLA 10-9. Late second quarter, number 5, Florida State leads Virginia Tech 22-3. Late second quarter, Texas A&M leads number 11, Alabama 17-10.
Are you kidding me?
Halftime in Chapel Hill, number
interception for a
14, North
touchdown.
Carolina, all over Syracuse, 27-0.
Golly.
6 o'clock tonight, number 1, Georgia.
I was on the right
number
side
20,
the whole
Kentucky.
daggone game.
6:30, number 2, Michigan
I'm
is
so
at
glad I
Minnesota.
don't bet games.
Number 10,
Oh,
Notre
my
Dame
gosh.
at number 25, Louisville.
I'd be ripping
and number
things
16,
apart.
Ole Miss hosting Arkansas. 7 o'clock, number 17, Miami is home for Georgia Tech, and number 24, Fresno is at Wyoming. 9 o'clock, number 15, Oregon State goes to Cal, and 9:30, number 9, Southern Cal hosting Arizona. Finals from today, number 4, Ohio State beats Maryland 37-17, and number 23, LSU defeats number 21, Missouri 49-39. Don't forget, you can follow all of our live feeds, live video on the Sports Animal app, and also on the Sports Animal Facebook and YouTube pages.
Broadcasting sponsored by Parish Devon Injury Lawyer. Visit pepperwinds.com. This is WWLS-FM, The Village, Oklahoma City, your home of the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Sports Animal, a Cumulus station. Live on the Sports Animal, it's football feedback and Bud Light game time on the road.
You guys are up?
Hey, we're back. Myself, Eschbach, Jim Traber, Oklahoma 34, Texas 30. Yeah, look at that touchdown pass. The defensive back went to Stogner and let Anderson go.
And then, like Matt said,
Stogner,
the guy who got passed to him didn't go and cover who he was supposed to cover.
Yeah, they both took Stogner. Yeah.
Beautiful play. Lebby.
Look at the Texas man. Just give him the finger.
Oh, yeah. Well, what do you expect? Hey, Levy really did some really cool things today. I mean, I think if you go watch the film, you'll see he did some really great things. You know how I talk about all the time about how Lincoln Riley is so good at making the defense make decisions out about what they want to do. And
so
then
Sarkisian too.
Sarkisian's really good. No, he is. But
right,
today, Levy did a tremendous job of making Texas make decisions. And then the quarterback obviously has to do the right thing and do it to the right guy. And how can you get better than what Gabriel's doing?
No,
you know,
you got and someone else reminded me about the comparison of Gabriel and Heupel. They both transferred in.
You're right. That's exactly right.
So,
and how crazy is it that you brought up earlier that he played for Heupel?
Yeah,
crazy stuff.
Let's get back to the telephones. You're on the Animal. Go ahead.
Hey, fellas, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, man, first off, I wanted to say I'm so happy for Brent. He needed this win. I mean, it was the biggest win of his career, and then just after last year, and things not going his way. So, I mean, he's such a good guy. Everything going on with his wife. So,
amen.
Super happy for Brent.
Amen.
Question though, I mean, if I had a nitpick, how can we get a big play on defense or big stop or pin Texas deep, flipping the possession over? It seemed like Levy would kind of go into a little bit of a shell and be content with just flipping the field over with going 3 and out and cutting. We get a little bit conservative.
No, he wasn't content. Trust me, he was not content going 3 and out. No offense coordinator is content going 3 and out.
No, offensive coordinators would like to never punt.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean, that's what they're all about, you know?
Yeah.
And Levy's the same way.
Yeah.
It's like these other guys.
Might not have liked his call, but he called because he thought it was going to work.
And sometimes they don't work.
How many punts were in the game today, Matt?
For Oklahoma or both?
Both, total punts.
1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 punts today.
That's unbelievable.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
That's my kind of football.
And these are 2 pretty decent defenses too, guy. That's something about it, is that there's a lot of pretty good defense going on both sides.
Yeah, you know, let me tell you, this era though. It doesn't matter how good your defense is. Offenses are going to beat it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it used to be. Oh, defense wins championships. Not anymore. Now you have to have a good defense. Don't get me wrong.
You have to have a quarterback.
Georgia's been pretty salty.
Have to have a quarterback. No, you're right. But Stetson Bennett, I mean, he's not going to play at the next level. But he is a guy that it made plays.
He's on a roster, right?
He is, but he's not going to play.
But he still made a roster.
He made a roster.
Well, yeah, that's all. Yeah.
And that's what we talked about earlier. If people missed it, I think Gabriel could be that same kind of guy for somebody.
And when we talked about, like Gabriel, we're not saying he's going to be a great pro quarterback. Plays, he'll never start, but he's a really good college quarterback. Jamel Holloway was a great college quarterback. He wasn't a pro quarterback. I mean, just because somebody got a great arm, I want accuracy.
How about Jason White?
Yeah, Jason White.
Kidding me?
Jason White.
Superstar. Josh Heupel. I mean, yeah, there's quarterbacks all the time in college that are really, really good that don't play at the next level. So he is how about, I know a lot of when I bring this name up, they don't like it, but how about Tebow?
Yeah.
How about Tebow?
Yeah, and a great example.
I mean, Tebow was
great
for
example.
1 year was one of the best college quarterbacks of all time. And obviously he did make an unbelievable throw against my Steelers, which still to this day makes me throw up. But it's not easy at that next level, Al.
Kansas is good. Central Florida is horrific.
They've gone down the tubes, haven't they?
I mean, that's wow.
This whole league is horrible.
The whole league of the top 2 teams.
You know, next week, OSU and Kansas, boy, the winner of that game, I don't know, man. They might be fighting for the 3rd best team in this league.
Well,
I don't
West
know.
Virginia.
Yeah, but
and BYU.
Do you believe in West Virginia?
No, but I don't believe in Oklahoma State either.
Oh, I don't believe in Oklahoma State at all.
Alabama.
I don't believe in it either. But they beat a team that everybody thought might be the 3rd best team.
Yeah, but remember what I said yesterday? Why is people talking about Kansas State?
Just because of their coach,
right?
And then the quarterback who is just terrible.
They won the league last year.
That's right. They won it last year too. Yeah. They won it last year.
Now they missed Darren Sproul, same player, Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah,
same thing, but
and Howard wasn't the starting quarterback. Who's the guy that started last year?
Martinez.
Yeah,
Martinez.
He was really good. Remember against OU?
No, he was. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he converted the 3rd and 16. That long run.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's get to the telephone. You're up on the Animal. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hear me?
Yeah, it's you.
Hey, it's Drew Willis, Kyler Patterson. How big of a win is this for BV, and where does this put OU in the rankings for next week?
Well, we said that we thought that maybe they'd go up maybe in the 5 or 6 range in that neighborhood.
Well, let's look. Georgia's going to be 1.
Michigan, Ohio
2,
State.
Ohio State 3. Those are the top 3. Washington or
USC, Washington.
No, USC was like 9th this year. OU should pass USC.
Yeah. Washington, maybe.
Washington or OU, maybe.
Anybody else
or
you
Oregon?
can think of? I don't know. There's
Okay,
so many undefeated teams.
here's Georgia, Michigan, assuming Michigan doesn't get upset or Georgia gets. Okay, so let's assume everybody wins.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just make it simple. Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, Penn State, Washington, Oregon. That's your top 7, assuming they all win. Some of those teams may have the week off. Other teams ahead of OU, SC, Notre Dame. I mean, Alabama's on the ropes right now. Notre Dame, that won't be an easy game for them to win at Louisville.
OU's going to pass teams that have lost.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, they'll
They
pass
definitely
everybody
should.
that
Yes,
lost.
Notre Dame and
The
Alabama.
great thing about it is that all those teams in the Pac-12 are going to play each other.
Yeah.
You know, so they're going to pass up
Oh, it
when they
doesn't
lose.
matter. If you win out, you're there.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Yeah, no doubt about that.
So
what is that? Washington State and UCLA. What's going on over there? Just go ahead.
Washington State leads 10-9, early third.
Okay, we got to get that game on. Is there any way? Can we get?
If you guys have the Pac-12 network.
Oh, that's right. That on it. We can't get that. That's a stupid thing. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We're watching some other good games though.
Let's get back to the telephone. You're on the animal. Go ahead.
Hey, Jim. Hey, Al.
What's up? Hey, what's up?
Hey, big fans of you guys, first and foremost. Both of you compliment each other very, very well.
Thank you very much.
Going into the game, like most games, whoever's going to rush the ball for more yards usually wins, but I never would have thought that OU would outrush Texas in this football game.
Well, and by the way, they needed the quarterback, and I want to give it up to my partner who said before the game, run a daggone quarterback draw. They did. That's the only way that they're going to rush for 200 yards.
Said they had
more than likely.
manufactured, not the running back.
That's right. No, you were right on the money. Go ahead. Sorry, my man. Keep going.
Oh, you're all right. You know, seeing Gabriel some of those times on 3rd and 11 running across the field and not diving. I don't know how, man, what he does for his team just by running and not ducking and trying to fight for those yards. I mean, everybody's going to play for that kid.
Dude, that's why it's mind-boggling to me that OU fans have just kind of ripped on this kid. I would love him to be my quarterback. Last week when he ran over the dude at the goal line, I would have fallen out of my chair if I would have been at the game.
You know,
and I was a fan.
What I'm going to do later tonight after I have some wine and a steak, I'm going to go on the internet, on social media, and
see what they're saying.
Read the game threads, and I guarantee they're tearing Gabriel apart early in the game. Or midway. Yeah. I guarantee it. And they're going to look like the biggest asses.
They're total idiots.
They're totally moronic.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. He really is a good football player. Really a good football player.
Let's get back to the telephones. You're up. Go ahead, talk to me, please.
Is it me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Absolutely great game. You know, when Texas made that last score and everything, it didn't bring me down one bit. You know, I was saying Sooner Magic. This is a time for Sooner Magic, and man, I tell you what, the most magical thing happened is that just DG pulled it out and everything. So I would like to bring sentiments to the previous caller, saying continued prayers from Brent's wife and everything.
Absolutely.
And also, I was on social media last week saying, you guys need to stop, bringing this kid down and everything. He's going to show us magic and everything if we lift him up and everything. So I think that's exactly what we've done and everything.
Yeah. You know what? I'll bet you the amount of money he don't care what any of them say, because this dude just goes out and plays football. And that's what I love about him. Like I said, I'll keep saying the same thing over and over again. He's a football player.
He's a great leader, too.
They love him. You can tell.
That's like Heupel. They love Heupel.
Yeah,
because Heupel works so hard.
Yeah, a winner. I got a quote from Brent Venables. Listen to this. He says, "We're better in every area. This team is a very determined football team. This is a team that's close. We have a very selfish football team. We build it one moment at a time, and this was another moment. Last year was an embarrassment, and my hands were all over that. I've always been able to respond the right way. That's really cool. And you know what I love? You want to know the best thing in there? Him saying it was an embarrassment, and my hands were all over it. How many times you hear coaches and stuff say that kind of stuff? I love it, man. I love it. It's beautiful stuff, man.
And
couldn't happen to a better guy.
When he was on our show, he said they were going to be better every position on defense. We go, what?
Well, he went out and got different players.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Use the portal.
Yep, absolutely.
The portal, and then
portal.
obviously brought in guys like Gentry Williams and
oh my
those
God,
cats.
Gentry Williams, man, that dude
Lincoln
can
Riley,
play.
by the way, who was illegally trying to recruit him.
Well, yeah, now I know why. We know why he did.
Yeah,
I mean, Gentry Williams can flat out play. You know, he's unbelievable. And
I'll tell you what, I don't know what the update is, but he's somebody they need healthy.
Is he hurt?
Well, yeah, he left late in the game, and they were playing Key Lawrence. Well, maybe when you guys were walking over to the trailer, but he was not in that last drive, and they moved Key Lawrence over to corner.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. I saw it because Key Lawrence gave up like 15 yards to that dude. Remember, he just stood there and he was way behind.
Well,
I was wondering why Lawrence was out there on this. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
that's why.
Okay,
and I would have bet for anything Sark was going to exploit that all the way down the field.
They got 3 weeks to get him back. They were off. They played Central Florida, and so you got to get him back 3 weeks.
At Kansas. Then after the Central Florida game, they go at KU and at Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Well,
then all of a sudden, West Virginia doesn't look so easy.
No, you're right. You're right. Daniel,
it's a home game.
If Daniel gets back for Kansas, they'll be a lot better.
No doubt. Yeah.
A lot better.
So
break when you're ready.
And they're just kicking. Kansas is just kicking Central Florida. This is really, really, really ugly. Got another great game, though. What A&M is up? Is it 17-10 on Alabama?
17-10 at the half. Yeah.
Great game. Yeah, great stuff. Football feedback, Bud Light Game Time, live in the Trade Pros Heat and Air Sports Animal Mobile Studios from State Fair of Texas. And we want to thank the great people at Chapel Supply because they helped us immensely this weekend with a problem we had with our generator. But we are up. We're getting after it. An unbelievable football game. We will continue to take your phone calls and text messages on this amazing day as Oklahoma wins 34-30 in what could be one of the best OU Texas games of all time. Crazy. Can't wait for them to play again. We'll be back. This is the home of the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Sports Animal.
It's time for the Impact Player of the Game, sponsored by Dr. Martin Lopez. Big crashes have big impacts. Get the care you need from the Car Crash Clinic of Dr. Martin Lopez. Learn more at okccrash.com or call Dr. Lopez at 405-86-CRASH.
Impact Player of the Game, you guys are on.
We're back. Myself, Al Eschbach, Jim Traber. In case you haven't heard, Oklahoma 34, Texas 30. We got to do something here, Matt? Or
yeah, who would you say was the Impact Player of the game today, guys?
Jim.
Gosh, that's going to be hard. I'm going to say Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, wow.
How about that? Yeah, Farouk was great. No, Farouk was great. But
no,
if you're just joining us, we said at the beginning of this, every award we're going to give today is to Dylan Gabriel. If they say best defensive player, it's Dylan Gabriel. He's winning every award.
I tell you, great defensive play, 4th and 1 on the goal line, and Bowman kept him out of the end zone.
Yeah, right. Boy, it was close too, boy. When you watch that replay, boy, he almost got the ball, didn't he? He almost got it there.
Well, and again, in fairness, if we're doing a show in Austin, Texas,
it was a face
people
mask.
Talking about the face mask.
There was a face mask. I mean, it was. But
hey,
but
you know what? Again, this is what I always say. This is why, guys, when my favorite team gets, maybe the short end of the stick on the officiating, this is why I don't gripe about it.
Right, because it can go either way.
It can go either way. You get breaks, you don't get breaks.
And you know what? You know what we're not going to hear? That the Big 12, the referees were against OU because they're against Texas too. So there you go. We can.
Right.
It was equally bad, I guess. Right? We're not going to hear that crap anymore.
I will tell you this: if there was a defensive player of the game, Jaron Kanik had 13 tackles, a sack. He played really well, and like you said, Bowman. That play was huge, and he had 11 tackles. Ethan Downs had 2 sacks today.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. No, they got good pressure.
Joe Mark's worst nightmare.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah.
The league is terrible. Only 2 good teams are Oklahoma and Texas.
And then Sankey is coming to the daggone game.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be. I mean, I think Sankey should give the trophy out. I think that would be beautiful. Wouldn't that be unbelievable?
I'm sure Yormark doesn't want to give it away.
Oh my gosh, Yormark. Yeah, he is. He's sitting right now. Yeah, he can go root on Texas Tech because he said at Texas Tech's going to beat.
Go kick him.
Yeah, go kick. Yeah, go get him. Yeah, you can go get him.
Back to the phones. You're up on WWS Sports Animal. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on? Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
Sure.
Man, just amazing game. I like what you guys said about Dylan Gabriel. All the criticism he has to take. He just showed what what it takes to win a game like that. And unfortunately, he didn't play last year. And, there's been times where I openly admit that there's been times where I've been critical of him at times in ball games where, especially, I think we get into the hype of how good Arnold is going to be.
Oh, yeah, that hurts. I mean, that's tough. That's a tough deal.
I know.
No doubt.
I know it is a tough deal. I mean, just what he has to overcome, what he's had to have to overcome as a player, and just, and I got to see the interview with him. I mean, just what compared to the quarter. I mean, we've had a lot of quarterbacks. I know how you feel about Baker, Jim, and I respect you because I'm a big fan of yours.
He's a big time player. Though. He's a big time player. I mean, you can't say anything different about him. Big time. Hey, you know what? Al will tell you this. We've been together a long, long time. If I come on the air and say, boy, if they came to my door and was wanting to date one of my daughters, if Dylan Gabriel was going to date one of my daughters, I'd be happy as a pig in slop. Now, if Baker Mayfield came, I shut the door in his face. Sorry, guys. I mean, I apologize, but I didn't mean to say that. I'm just saying, Dylan Gabriel, I love that kid, man. I'm telling you, and there's going to come a day. You know what? Our good man George Schroeder is listening, and he sent me a text, and he said he reminds him of Kellen Moore.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Kellen Moore. Remember him at Boise State?
Yep.
Really good player. Yeah, beat OU. That's exactly right.
Converted a 4th and 17.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Brent Venables, I guarantee, remembers him.
Yeah, I bet he does too. You're right. But I think that down the road, I think that Gabriel could be an offensive coordinator like him. So
or again, Josh Heupel. He's like Josh Heupel.
Of course, yeah.
Left-handed.
Yep,
I mean,
you're right. No, you're right. You're exactly right. Good stuff.
And his dad was a coach like Heupel.
That's right. You're exact. No, it's good stuff. Really good stuff.
Back to the phones. You're on 98.1 FM to the Sports Animal.
Hey, guys. How we doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Hey, Jim, my kids love listening to you, Rooster and Cora.
Oh, thank you very much.
They just love you.
Thank you.
Al, question for you, not to discount you, Jim, but similarities between the 2000 second-year coach, left-handed quarterback. Like, I don't want to be a gooner or anything, but how are they going to do?
No. Listen, there's nothing wrong. The difference, though, is that they beat 3 unbelievable teams in a row that year, and there's nobody unbelievable in this league except Texas. But, hey, there's some similarities, right, Al?
There's definitely a lot of similarities.
Hey, I don't know. When they beat Texas in 2000, and that was the 63-14, I don't think there were a whole bunch of people nationally going, watch out for OU yet, right?
And I don't think OU moved up. OU will be ranked higher, I think, tomorrow, than they were after they beat Texas in
and then what? After then they beat Nebraska
and moved out. No, they beat Kansas State, then Nebraska.
Then Nebraska. That's right. Yeah, and then that's when they really moved up.
Yeah. Well, when they played Nebraska, it was 1-2, I think.
That's right. Yeah, but no. Listen, if somebody wants to say this is similar, it reminds them of 2000. I don't have a problem with that at all.
No,
you know,
right now it does.
No, there's a lot of football left.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can do, because that's the last year they were undefeated.
Yep.
So
last national championship.
And that's just crazy, man. Gosh, when they won that thing, and you and I were doing our show out down there in Florida after that game, if I'd have said to you on the air, well, you know what, Al, in 2023, they still would have had not another one. And you would have you'd have called the boss, our cornerman, and said, you need to get him off the air. He's something wrong with him. Am I right?
I'm sure Bob Stoops thought the same thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure all the OU fans thought the same thing.
They came so close so many times and didn't get it done.
I know it. I know. Very impressive. But just a unbelievable performance. Great comeback. And if you're just joining us, Al believes that this is and we're not talking about way, way back, but this is the first time that OU has been behind and scored to win the game in the last minute of the game. The first time that Al can remember.
Yeah.
And this is 50 of them for you, right?
Yeah.
1973 is the last one you went. That's the first one you went to. Yeah, so that's crazy.
It is crazy. Let's get to the phone. You're on WLS Sports Animal. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Al?
Yeah.
Hey, am I on? I'm
you're
sorry.
On. Go ahead.
I never know.
You're on.
Hey, Al. Hey, Jim. How are y'all?
We're good. How you doing?
Thank you. Beautiful day.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate being on. Thanks for taking me.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. First and foremost, I'm here in Big D, and I listen to you guys every day. So you make my day. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
I got a few comments here.
Okay.
I'm going to throw out at you. I'm going to hit a few different topics because I haven't called in probably about a year. But number one, and you guys hit on this, Dylan Gabriel, right? I mean, what a stud! What a stud! We're going to look back at this guy someday. I mean, we have Jackson Arnold behind us, thank goodness. But man, that guy's something else. But the real reason I'm calling in is I have a confession to make. When Brent was hired, and I'm an OU fan. I'm an OU graduate, by the way. I was not excited about it. Okay. I wasn't, and I sat there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it some time, and I'll just, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I wasn't real happy about it.
Well, and then after last year, you were really not happy about it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. But I didn't. But I said, hey, you know what? This is the first year. Lincoln just completely ravaged the roster. I'm not going to blame that on Brent, and I didn't. And I said I need to give him a couple of years. But what I'm seeing there at OU with what he's doing and recruits and everything else, I'm just becoming a big fan. I mean, I really am. So I sometimes we have to admit to our mistakes. If I'm admitting to mine,
sure.
I'm in this guy's camp now, and not necessarily after today. I mean, it was phenomenal, right? But I think it's great. I'm rooting for the guy.
So are his kids.
That's right. Everybody is, man. Everybody.
You guys ever think about becoming priests? That guy just went to confession.
No, you're right. You're
He's
exactly
Catholic,
right.
man.
But you know what? He didn't say,
Probably thinks I'm a priest.
What do you say, Al, when you go in a little confessional?
Bless me, Father.
For I have sinned. It's been 6 months since my last confession.
Yeah.
And then you say only the little sins.
I've done nothing. I've lied to my parents a couple of times.
That
was it.
Yeah, that's all Al ever did. I lied to my parents. And the priest is sitting over there going, okay, sure, Al. Yeah,
all Al ever
sure
did.
you did, Al.
I always went to a priest that didn't know me.
Oh, man.
Back to the telephones. Go
Al,
ahead.
why do I think the priest you went to was out there sinning with you?
Oh, don't say that. Stop it now. You're gonna get the Catholics all fired
Gonna
up.
get my high school in trouble.
Stop it about the Catholics. I'm just messing with you, Matt. Don't worry about it. Say whatever you want.
Anybody.
We're good. Everybody's good.
Back to the phones. Go ahead. You're on the animal. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Ty from Yukon.
How you doing?
From our last game, do you think Dylan Gabriel will be in the Heisman race?
I think he is. I mean, he's in it.
He's in it now.
He's definitely in it. Yeah. I mean, we talked about this earlier. I think that, Caleb Williams and Penix are ahead of him. And then number 3 could be anybody. I mean, this Drake May kid is just incredible. I mean, we're watching some of him. He's unbelievable. But go ahead, Al.
National TV today.
That's right.
The main
can't beat
game,
it. You can't beat it. No.
Yeah.
You cannot beat what he did today.
Drive.
Yeah. So yeah, he's in it. Absolutely, Ty. He's definitely in it. And if he goes to New York, that'd be an incredible ending. Although, is it an ending? Al? Is it the ending? So before, if you're just joining us and you're here, Al brought up something early in the show that is really interesting. So Dylan Gabriel has another year. It would be his 6th year. That's right. He has another year. He has a COVID year. He has played 5 years of quarterback. He has another year.
Someone just said you owe Jackson Arnold. Why? Well, would you rather have Dylan Gabriel or Jackson Arnold?
It's just a question. You don't have to scream. Nobody get mad.
No.
I'm just saying, what if Dylan Gabriel goes into Brent Venables after the season and said, I want to come back and play? What do you say? You say no?
Oh, he's going to say
no. Okay, well, that's what we're saying.
Please come back.
Hey, you would think so.
Yeah.
And you would just hope that Jackson Arnold doesn't leave. I mean, I don't know. It's just something to think about. I'm not saying we all realize that Jackson Arnold is absurdly talented. But Al said this. Next year in game 1, who do you think's the better quarterback? It's Dylan Gabriel. Now, is Jackson Arnold more talented? Yes. Yeah. But that doesn't mean he's better than him right now.
Or down in Dallas next year. Here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just something to think about.
Jackson Arnold's been great.
And we also think Dylan Gabriel's going to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not.
Yeah.
But what if he says? I don't know. It's weird. I'll tell you this thing. If I'm somebody who needs a quarterback, like maybe Oklahoma State, I'm going after Dylan Gabriel. I mean, right, Al?
Yes.
I mean, there's a bunch of teams that I'll take Dylan Gabriel, at whatever team I got. So, but it's just something to think about. So everybody can get on the internet and rip each other about who should play. So it's always fun to hear that kind of stuff. All right. Football feedback, Bud Light Game Time. By the way, remember this. Remember this as you're shaking your head. Remember this. I've been doing radio for 30 years. Not one time have I ever said unbelievable stuff about a high school player until Jackson Arnold. I watched him play. I came to Al and I said, Al, this kid's ridiculous, right? Did I not say that to you? And I don't ever say that. By the way, Peyton Bowen I thought was unbelievable too. So I love the kid. I think he's going to be a superstar. But I'm telling you, this kid today.
And right now, he's the leader for all Big 12 quarterbacks.
Oh, well, there's no doubt.
Quarterback in the league.
Well, yeah, it'd be over with. I mean, it would probably be unanimous right now or close to it. The Texas people will vote for, it always happens. They always vote for their guys. Football feedback, Bud Light Game Time, live in the Trade Pro Heat and Air Sports Animal Mobile Studios. We also want to thank the great people from Chapel Supply. They helped us immensely this weekend. And don't forget, Eskridge Lexus. Man, great people. We love all of our sponsors. Dr. Lopez was texting in. He's part of of it too. We'll be back 34-30. Great win for OU. More calls next. Let's fill them up. 405-900-9957. It's the Sports Animal, thesportsanimal.com, and the Sports Animal app.
touchdowns, 17 apiece between the Crimson Tide and Texas A&M. And again, that's in the third quarter. Third quarter score, number 14, North Carolina leads Syracuse 30-7. Games a little bit later, 6 o'clock. Number 1, Georgia hosting number 20, Kentucky. 6:30, number 2, Michigan is at Minnesota. Also at 6:30, number 16, Ole Miss hosting Arkansas. And number 10, Notre Dame is at number 25, Louisville. 7 o'clock, number 17, Miami hosting Georgia Tech. Also at 7, number 24, Fresno State is at Wyoming. 9 o'clock, number 15, Oregon State goes to Cal. And 9:30, number 9, Southern Cal hosting Arizona. Number 4, Ohio State beat Maryland today, 37-17. And number 23, LSU defeated number 21, Missouri, 49-39.
Football feedback and Bud Light game time on the road. Sponsored by Eskridge Honda, Paris Devon Injury Lawyers, Travis Watkins Tax, Triple Play Home Services, Twin Peaks, Chapel Supply, and Interurban. The hardest working player of the game. Sponsored by Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. From livestock to equipment, they have you covered. Visit okfbinsurance.com to find an agent near you.
First working player, you're on.
Okay, we're back. Let's go back to the Traber, Oklahoma, 34, Texas 30 in a classic OU Texas contest today. Hardest working player in the game. You know who that
I'm going to go with Dylan Gabriel.
Wow, what a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd probably choose him. That'd be a good one. He did that. I'm telling you, that 3rd and 11 was big, big, big time. It was. I mean, at the time, they don't get that first down now. They got to punt the ball away. I don't think we're talking about a win. I'm just telling you at that time.
You're right.
He made some huge plays. I mean, huge plays. Really big.
His toughness again. Remember I said last week, he's not, and I told you, he's not running out of bounds. He's not sliding.
No, you're right. No,
he
he's
slide
not.
the one time. When he needs a first down, he ain't sliding.
And you know what he has done, though, this year, Al? He's avoided big hits, too.
You're right.
He took some ugly hits last year, one of them from his teammate, Pearson from Tech. But he's avoided those hits so far this year. So that's good stuff. Really, really good stuff. The only thing is people, I'm not trying to be negative, Nancy, because we've been bowing down, but they got to get a punter and a kicker. I mean, they could lose to a team because of that, Al. They almost lost because of it today.
Absolutely.
They almost lost because of it today. So I don't know what they're going to do about that. I don't know if they got somebody else on the roster.
Well, I'm sure
you got 2 weeks.
They got somebody. They got another scholarship kicker, I think.
Well, this is what I would do if I'm the coaches this week. I'm having a tryout.
Yeah.
The job's wide open. If you want to be a punter
against Central Florida, I might give somebody else a chance in the game.
Good point. No, good point, Al. If you're winning and things, give them a chance. Yeah, I agree with you. What happened to that kick by Schmidt? It didn't even get there. Yeah, I couldn't understand that, Al. I mean, it was like a dead duck just kind of floating like that.
Over the years, I've seen it happen so many times where OU would miss a field goal late in the game and Texas would kick one. It looked that way until Gabriel.
You're right.
Made the drive.
No, it definitely did. It definitely looked like that. Yeah.
I'd get a couple more calls in.
Let's do that.
You're up on WSS Sports Animal. Go ahead.
Is it me?
Yeah, you.
Hey, a couple things here I want to talk about. First of all, Sark, I got a lot of respect for Sark. And the fact that he came out and goes for a fake punt in the first drive.
Great
then
call.
Turns around on the fourth down play and goes for a first down and a wildcat. Fourth down and a wildcat. Kind of speaks to me that Sark was expecting. OU was pretty daggum good. What do you think?
No doubt. Yeah. I mean, he knew this was a football game. By the way, that was a brilliant. If you watch that fake punt, Al and I, while we were talking about it in the press box, they saw something on film about OU on that one side, and they had him sucked in, and that was a beautiful call. Beautiful call.
Gutsy call, too.
Say, listen, like him or not, and he's been through some hard times, Sarkisian, he's a good coach.
No, absolutely. He's doing a good job with the Texas program.
He really is. They're going in the right direction. OU's going in the right direction. It's perfect for them when they get into this SEC. And we talked about the SEC doesn't look as good as it's been, so you never know. And we'll talk about this, but when they get 12 teams in a playoff, SEC is probably going to be getting 3 teams a lot of the time, maybe 4 at times.
They got to get better, though.
They got to get better. You're right. But don't you think they will?
Yeah, they should. I mean, they should. I don't.
How good is Tennessee?
Unless Saban said they're not going to do the portal.
You're right. How good? I mean, what about Tennessee?
Let's see who they play tonight. Who
they play tonight, Matt?
Somebody good, don't they, Matt?
Matt, who they play tonight?
Tennessee. Is Tennessee playing tonight?
Okay, they play somebody good next week. They got somebody playing that we said.
I think it's Alabama.
Alabama.
Okay.
I think let's double check
read the
here.
schedule, Matt.
Tennessee does not play today.
Okay. What about what?
No, I bet not Alabama. It's A&M. They host A&M next week.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that loss to Florida looks horrible after Kentucky just dominated them.
Terrible loss. Yeah. Okay, let's get another call. You're on the animal. Go ahead.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. So I just want to. I was listening to the pregame, and I think the power of the coin toss is so important here, and I got to give props to Jim on this one. They deferred.
Yep.
I think all three of us.
We all agreed, but go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. We all said it, but go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're all
the
right.
back-to-back possessions, like from the end of the first half to the beginning of the second half.
Yep.
Right, like they score the 3, and then Marcus Major drops the potential touchdown on the the pass from Gabriel there at the end of the half.
Might have
but
been
then
Walker,
they
but
open up the third.
Yeah, Walker, but yeah. No, you're right.
Sorry, Walker.
And
I knew
then
it was Major Walker.
And then the daggone the drive at the beginning of the second half was just unbelievable.
Punishment.
Oh my gosh! I mean, Al, after it was over, Al looked over at me and said they just kicked their butt, and he said the problem was they didn't score the rest of the half until that last drive. Yeah. So give Texas credit.
Yeah.
I mean, let's give Texas some credit. I mean, Texas is I'm telling you, these are two really similar teams, and they're both really good. And they're going to face each other in Arlington again. And let's hope, again, some fans of OSU listening might be mad for me saying this, but let's hope it's 11-1 versus 12-0. I think that would be incredible down there.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yep. One more call?
One more call.
Let's
go
do it.
ahead. One more call. You're up on the animal. Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You're on the animal.
Hey, I was going to shift gears a little bit. I watched the game today, and my wife and I went to the Iowa State game, and we ended up leaving at halftime just because of how much fans behind us and around us were, chanting for Jackson Arnold to go in, and I just think today, a lot of credit to Dylan Gabriel, to
Totally
Brett Venables, to Jeff Levy. I think everybody just needs to just shut up, let them do their job.
They're 6-0. They're 6-0.
Exactly.
And Gabriel he's definitely in the top 5 for the Heisman.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if that's not good enough for you guys, you need to go somewhere else because that's where they're at. Al, first of all, I want to tell you how much I appreciate
we had a great weekend
doing.
again
Yeah,
here.
just a great
We
weekend.
got-
Unbelievable, everybody.
Great job of getting here today. You led the way.
Absolutely.
So-
way too early in the morning,
Way
but
too
give me your
early.
final thoughts, Al.
Well, again, I don't remember any OU game, Texas game of OU coming back in the last minute and winning when they were behind. It hasn't happened.
Nope.
And so they responded. The momentum was all Texas. OU missed a very makeable field goal of 45 yards, which you got to make. Texas comes down and goes, you know what? I don't think he's going to make one. They make one, you think the game's over. Or maybe OU can go tie the game. This drive will be remembered as one of the great drives in OU history. Simply put, the final drive will be remembered, especially if they go on and win. It's like we remember the Torrance Marshall interception against A&M in 2000.
Great point.
So
yeah, that's right.
This was an unbelievable drive. The way it would have been a heartbreaking loss.
Who would have thought that last year? Now they'd be 6-0.
I do. I would.
Well, I know you always.
I
know.
can see the future though.
You're right.
So,
you do. But it is pretty impressive.
No, yeah, they matched them. They matched the number of wins at midseason already.
Yep.
It tells you how good this team is and how bad last year's team was.
Right.
So
and now they got to finish. You got to finish.
You got to finish.
You're like you said, if they end up 10-2 in this year, it's a massive disappointment now.
Oh, unbelievable.
This league is terrible. That's what it is. It's terrible. There's 2 teams in this league, and the rest of them are just all like mediocre bunch of squads. They gotta come every week, be ready to play. At OSU is going to be tough. At Kansas is going to be tough.
At BYU.
At BYU is going to be tough. Those 3 games are going to be tough.
But you're double-digit favorites, so you got to go
every
win double
game.
digits.
You're right. That's exactly right.
Don't,
You've got to go
don't
win.
get yourself in a position where you're going to the last 10 minutes of the game and you could lose.
Right.
That's what you got to.
And you can't turn it over.
And
That's you can't turn the ball
they
over.
got a quarterback doesn't turn it over.
No, you're right. He is playing some tremendous football. Well, listen, Al, great job as usual, my man.
Look forward to talking.
That's why they call you the legend.
I don't know about that.
So what time will you be at home today? Were you going to go to Othello's?
I'll be at Othello's by 8:30, hopefully.
8:30 Othello's.
With some wine and a steak.
You're going to get yourself a filet, or what?
I'm getting a filet. Okay.
No, what do you get? It medium rare.
Medium rare.
Yeah, I don't know how you do.
I like some blood.
I don't know how you people eat that stuff when the blood's coming out. I can't deal with it.
I steak in the blood.
In the blood?
In the blood.
Now you were like half vampire, or what's going on?
Dracula was one of my idols.
I've heard you talk about
Remember,
Dracula
we got
before.
That list next week. Next
Friday.
Friday.
That's right. The scariest movies.
12 scariest.
Because it's Friday the 13th.
Friday 13th.
All right, Al. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you very much. Matt Meyer, tell us what's coming up here on the Sports Channel. Well, by the way, we had a guy come by earlier today, okay? And he walked up and he said, hey, the other stations, where are they doing? I said, they're not anywhere. They're not doing anything. And he goes, I guess they saw the Texas people over here doing radio, and it was like 2 dudes sitting at a table, 2 yardbirds. I have no idea what the heck they're doing. So just let it be known. And this just isn't us. Because Al and I have been doing it for a long time, but we got the greatest people in the world. Josh Lupton over here is amazing. Our man Cisco, who can't stand being our boss, but he does a great job as well. And, of course, Matt Meyer is an absolute machine. By the way, Alabama goes ahead 24-17 A&M. This is a great game, though. I think this game's not close to being over yet. Okay, Matt Meyer, what do we got coming up?
Well, as soon as we can get our hands on some post-game audio, we will do that. They do things a little bit differently at the Oklahoma-Texas game where they have joint press conferences, and I believe the winner talks second. So we're still waiting. I believe the press conferences have wrapped up. We're just waiting to get our hands on that. So in the meantime, we'll keep people updated on all the games going on around the country. We'll go over the final stats, and then once we can secure some post-game audio, we will play that. You will hear from Brent Venables and others coming up. So we've got plenty more coming up on football feedback.
Let me ask you this, Matt. Is there any possibility that you can get like Sarkisian's talking, or no? Is that impossible for us?
We can effort that. No, we can definitely effort that.
I think that'd be pretty cool to see what he has to say. Because he did some things towards the end of the game that were a little bit questionable. I don't know why he didn't call timeouts there at the end. He could have had maybe 30, 35 seconds left. But, I think people would enjoy that. If you can. If you can't, we totally understand. I know if it's able, you'll get it done, Matty. Thank you, brother. Great job as usual.
You bet, guys. Great work down there.
Yep, thank you. And thank you to all of the people on the Sports Animal on this weekend. It's been a great, great weekend with Craig Humphreys and Mark Rogers and Cale Gundy and everybody. We appreciate all of them. And thank you so much to all the great fans out there. We appreciate you all so much. We really do. We will be back on the air Monday talking about this great win as we get ready for the off week. And then, got to win the rest of the way. It's that simple. You got to keep on winning. This is exciting, but you got to keep on winning. Oklahoma wins an unbelievable thriller, 34-30, and it's not over yet. Football Feedback Bud Light Game Time, driven by Eskridge Lexus. And we want to thank Trade Pros Heat and Air for our wonderful mobile studios, and also want to thank Chapel Supply, who really, really did some great things for us this weekend to help us make sure that we were on the air and sounding as good as we can. The final score, 34-30. Oklahoma wins a big one. Stay with us. This is the leader, and I mean huge leader in sports, the Animal.
Football feedback.
Hey, pal, be careful.
All right, Matty, great job, brother.
Y'all too. Y'all enjoy the evening.
All right, man.